Hey, welcome everybody. I'm very happy to present you this small introduction to Nutanix. So what I did is that I went on the download community, and here when you must create an account directly to Nutanix website, and after you just have to go here and download the ISO file. So this ISO file is for if you want just to install the community edition. Remember that you're limited to 4 hosts. Okay, so what I did now is I created a VM on VMware. Okay, so I have vSphere here on a host that I have rented online.net. It's a French company and it's a super macro. I have memory 32 gigs. So and I have CPU here and storage. What I did now is that I created a VM here, like I show you. It's Nutanix. What I did, I'm going to show you is let's go to my edition. So edit setting. What I did, I created a VM with four CPU. You need at least 20 gig. More is better. You will have to have 3 hard disks. You will show you one for the data and one for the CVM, and another one for the operating system to load. Okay, remember that CVM is the controller, a controller VM, and a third one for the data. After, what I did is that I have one network controller. This is on a VM LAN. I mean that this LAN has been bind to this one is connected to pfSense, and this is the VM network connected to physical address, physical network card. Here I am on my CD, and what I did here is that I connected to my ISO, and now I'm doing save, and now I will run my Nutanix VM. Okay, so let's go here and do a power on. If it's okay, he's gonna boot directly on Nutanix. It didn't work here. Let me just change the boot order. Okay, so that's it. I have changed the order, so I'm booting actually on the Nutanix Community Edition. So let's wait a minute. Okay, so now I'm ready. This is a very important part of the training. Why? Because I need to select the my disk. Okay, so I must go here and see. This is my. So I can see that my boot is SDA, my CVM is the SDB and SDC. Okay, so you can if you want to change. So this the boot disk selection UE default has been selected. To change, scroll to the disk and press H for hypervisor boot, C for CVM, and D for data. Okay, so I can of course change all that. So here I have my, if I go all up, sorry, up. Okay, yeah, here so you can see that SDA is my, so SDA is C for, if I see, if I do C for boot, SDA, okay, and after I need to do C. Oh, sorry, it was H for hypervisor. That's it. And after the B, it's gonna be for the CVM, so I can put C for CVM, and this one will be the data. Okay, so that's it. So this is the hypervisor. This one is for the CVM, so C, and this one is for the data. That's it. So I have H, C, and D. Okay, so that's good. And after that, he's gonna ask me the IP address for the hypervisor. So remember that I'm using here HAV, so it's the hypervisor, and I'm in AOS 652. Okay, it's my 2022 bundle, and now I'm gonna type the sorry about that. Let me do it again because I didn't do a good thing here. So now I'm going to type the IP address of this one. So I'll be sure that I am in the right IP address and my DC. Okay, so this is my DC. Let me show you that. Let's go on my DC. And if I just type the address of my DC, the password on my DC, I can see that I have this training.lab, and this is my address. Okay, so I can I can see that the address of my DC is 192.168.168.168.100. So what can I say is that I can say, for example, that my hypervisor will be in 128.168.1 and 150. Okay. So I'm going to go here. So it's 168.150. I think it's that. I will be sure not to make any mistake. Okay, so let me do that like this. Go on my DC, put it like that, and it was, yeah, okay, that's it. And for my DHCP server, so if I my DHCP server is providing for me some IP address. So if I go here on DHCP server, now I don't have any here, but normally I must add a DHCP server here, okay, because this is important for my work. Otherwise, if I create some VM, I have to type the address. Okay, so if I go here and let's add a DHCP server. So I'm going to go in Manage, Add Rows in Future, and I'm going to add my DHCP server. Let me make it a little bigger because I don't have any space for everybody. Okay, that's better. And I go here and I'm going to add a DHCP server. DHCP server. Okay, so let's do next. Let's add my DHCP server. Like this, I will. DHCP is for assigning IP to my more for VM like VDI, like Citrix and desktop, for example. Okay. Otherwise, you have to put static IP address for, of course, for your Nutanix hypervisor for the CVM. Okay. So this is mandatory for if you have like VDI, of course. Okay, so I just started the installation, and now I can complete the HCP configuration and say that I'm gonna do an activation authorization. So that's it. I do commit and it's okay. Now I can go on my tools. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna go to my tools, go on the HCP server. So I'm gonna say that, let's say that all my, where's my DNS here? Did I close? No, it's here. I can say that, for example, my VM, so the VM that we create after Nutanix, we start by 200. Okay. So let's create a scope, new scope. I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna say scope 1. Scope 1. So 192.168.1.200. Oh, sorry. So 1. If you hear some birds, okay, it's just because I'm just near my door. So I like to hear birds. It's very nice. So here meaning that I can have a lot of customer of a client, but it's okay because I have like 20. Okay, so this is the length. After the non-exclusion and duration 8 hours. Yes, I want to configure some options. So this is the default gateway. So just to show you that if I go in PowerShell and I tap ipconfig, you can see, oh, sorry, ipconfig is better like that. So this is my gateway. Okay, so 192.168.1.1. So 192.168.1.1 add, and that's good. This is my DNS, of course, that's good, and no more thing. Yes, I want to activate it. Okay, so that's okay. So now I'm going to go back to my Nutanix and finish the configuration. So after he asked me for the CVM address for the Prism, so I'm going to do 192.168.1.1 .1.151. Okay, so let me just create a notepad here so I can have everything. So the Nutanix AHV hypervisor is, remember, 192.168.1.150, and the CVM, so the Prism, it will be 192.168.1.151. After that, I will have my subnet mask, so 255.255.255.0, and my gateway, remember, it was 128.168. Okay, here, remember that with the I'm going to create just one single node server. But if you want to have multiple nodes, just deselect that, and you can add until 4 nodes in the Community Edition. So let's type the IP address of my DNS. So it's 168.1.100. Let me be sure about that. Okay, so I can see that, yeah, it's 100, so that's good. So let's go to my Nutanix. Okay, and that seems to be okay. Let's go to my next page now. And this is the, I need to accept, okay, so I need to go down and do space. Oh, normally I can go, yeah, I can go directly here, and I can now do start, okay. So he's starting the installation, okay. So we're gonna wait a minute, okay. And normally after, all will be okay. So let's okay. I don't have a very powerful VM, so it's better to have more gig of memory, but it's okay. And after that, I will connect the password. I can do a ping if it's working, and to be sure that I can ping the two of them. And after I will connect, I can go on PuTTY also. I'm going to show you how to connect to PuTTY. And we'll see that the password and the admin is admin, and it's a Nutanix /4u. So let's wait for the installation process. I'm going to pause this video, and I'm going to resume when it's finished. Okay, so thank you very much. Oh, if you don't scroll to the end of the end user, okay. So that's incredible. Okay, so I must go all down. Okay, and oh, maybe you can go faster than that. Okay, so this is just okay, that's okay. And now I can do start. Okay, so let's pause this video and resume when the installation is okay. Thank you. Okay, so my Nutanix now is up and running. I'm gonna connect to my CVM now. So I went here my PuTTY, and I just type here the address of my CVM. Okay, remember that I was connected to my Nutanix control VM. Okay, this is the 151 because 150 is the Nutanix hypervisor. So after I did a cluster status, and I saw that it wasn't all up, down. So I did a cluster start. Okay, and now I want to wait. Okay, so but all is okay. Remember that you to connect from this CVM, the username is Nutanix and the password is Nutanix for you. And if you want to connect to the Nutanix hypervisor, it's root. Okay, root, and the password is Nutanix for you. Okay, but this one is, so remember that Uh, root is for the hypervisor, and the Nutanix is for the CVM. Okay, so I'm going to wait that cluster start, okay, and I'm going to stop and we're going to resume after. Okay, so like I told you, remember that you can connect inputs to two things. You can connect to the here Nutanix EHV, so it's root and Nutanix for you, and you can connect to the CVM. So I will show you now some useful command. Okay, so the first one, very important, is this one. Sorry, it's this one. It's the cluster status. So the cluster status, or you can use cs grep vup commands give you the status of all the CVM and their services. Running this command is helpful when there are alerts in the Prism about services being down. So you can also do like CS. Okay, if you do CS and if I do CS and I do grep, sorry, I must look my pipe. So my pipe is this one, and you can do like grep and /v and for example up. Okay. So if you do that, you have all the services. Okay, were up. You can also look at the services were down. Okay, and see when you do that, you have the stats start, and so you have information about the cluster. Okay, so normally you can do like cluster status, or maybe I can do like that, and I can say you can say also grep, and let's say that you want to see something up. I don't know if it's working also. Let's try it. But you can see directly, it's very easy to see here. Okay, so the first one is this one. The other one is metadata ring. So the command metadata ring show all the CVM are part of the metadata ring. So being in a metadata ring is essential for the CVM to be an active part of the cluster and under his designated responsibility. Okay, so if you do metadata and you do ring. Okay, so you can do ring here directly. Oh, so it's not this one. It must be like no, sorry, it's not tools. Not tools. It's H0 ring. And you can see the status here and the other and the load and the normal. This is another one. Okay, so let's show that. You have also health check. So health check is most of the problem in the cluster are easily diagnostic by the health check command, like ncc health check runs all. And at the end of every warning, info, error, or fail, plug in which you see a KB to future troubleshooting the issue. The check is essential to make sure if the cluster health is okay. So to do that, you do like something like NCC. And when you NCC, you can do like health check. I don't know if I do health. No, so I must type it here. So I can do NCC health check. So NCC health checks, and I can do run all. Let's see if it's worked, this one. And he's gonna check everything to see if all is working correctly. Okay, so this one is nice. I run it because at the end of every plug you can see a KB to further troubleshooting the issue, okay, if there is a problem. So let's wait a minute for that. So I can see, for example, some of the issue I have. So if I go here, he's doing all this check. So you can go more up. And let's start to see what he's doing. So here the system CPU check, pass, upgrade. So if there is a pass, you don't have to look at that because otherwise you will lose a lot of time. But if I go here, maybe I have some issue. This is the validation check and things like that. So let's go more down. It's nearly 20 minutes we're together. Okay, pass. And normally this is the CPU and I say my provisions check if all the nodes are in the same version, for example. And I have say consistent check, a lot of check here. And here it's info, check license compliance, and warning. So check NTP, for example. I don't have any NTP here, and failed default password check, and information about the license. So you can see the DNS check, no DNS configured in Zeus. You have no server check. You have some warning. It's not synchronous with external ITP. This is an issue. You have also this one, and each time you have a KB for that. Okay, so go on it and see default password check. Please update the password. Okay, recommend immediately changing all the password. Same thing here. Update the password on the KVM host. So if you don't know how to do it, you just go in this URL. You do a copy, and for example, let's open this link, and you can see that it is a KB related to the problem of password. So see, this is something that you must go and root, okay, admin, and change it, okay, change all this. So it's very simple, okay. So that's it. After you have the memory here failed, your memory is less than says 16 gig, and for this let's say memory, or recheck it, okay, and this is the IP address. So you have a pass and you have some total plugin, and you can go in this log to see it again. So my problem is the CPU memory. Okay, so I can go now here, and maybe I have some information about fixing this issue. So I will go here and type it. Oh, there is nothing. So what I can do is I again go here and say CV memory. Okay, take this one for example. So when you do copy, he's putting here, but doesn't matter. This is Linux. And if I go here, I can see that I can use as check. And here you can see that it's the VMware memory. So the entity help check memory, check verify each controller has enough free memory. Check the memory. The check use the mem available matrix reported in meminfo. So that's it. If the value of any zero is less than the configure threshold, okay, you have an alert for that. So running the entity check, okay, so this is the memory. Oh, you can go into Prism console, action, run check, and run, and that's it. Okay, so you can have a simple output here. Okay, and here you have the check alert and solution. So the check report, interest in of the shuffle amount of memory, depending. And from more, you can see controller VM configuration. Okay, so this is the VM supported. So you see that, for example, for each Prism here, this is the VM supported in the okay, and this is the PC size. Okay, so so that's where often so you can go control VM memory configuration, and you can see how you can check that. So okay, so this is how you do that. So the number of physical limited to 20 vCPU, control available is minus 6 gig. So how do you increase that? you must follow this best practice, and you log on to the NCC. Okay, you go to configure VCM, and here you can yeah, add the memory that you want. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so let's continue to see other example that we have here. Okay, so we have list NTP server. Okay, so this is can be an issue. So for that, let me show you that. We do NCLI, and we do cluster, and we do get NTP server. Okay, if you do that, you will have the NTP that are configured on the CVM and in the cluster. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. So now another very important is discover the nodes for the new install using Foundation. The new nodes should be discovered from the existing CVM in the cluster. So you can run no NTP server. Okay, this is a problem. Discover the cluster. So you do again NCLI. You do cluster, and after that you type discover nodes. Okay, so this is also important. If you want to have the invalid command, what I did NCI cluster, sorry, discover nodes. So NCLI cluster discover nodes. Oh, this is maybe a node. It must be like that. Maybe let's try to do like that. NCLI cluster discover nodes. If you want, if I go here in NCLI, I think that if I do like, I will show you how to see all the command after, because this is not a good way. So now let's say you want date and time. So for that, you can type all SSH, and you can say date, and you will have the date and type of the CVM. You can print also the IPM information, IPMI information. You can do the Genesis status. Okay, so one useful command to observe is if any service are crashing on a certain CVM, the status of the service refresh every 2 seconds. So for that, you can do like watch, and watch, let's say watch /d, and you do Genesis status. I don't know if there is a hyphen. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, we have it here. So we have all the status here. There is so it's just a way of checking if any service has crashed on a certain time. Okay. And if you want to place, for example, the CVM in maintenance mode, first of all, you must have the list, the ID. So let's see, VMIPS /d, and you will have the ID here. Okay, so and you can place the ID, so it's 2 here. If you want to place it in maintenance, you can do NCLI host edit ID and enable maintenance mode equal true from any other CVM. And to take the CVM out, let me show you first how to put it on. So you do NCLI, you do host, you do edit, equal, let's say 2, okay, remember? And you do enable, I don't know if we do that, no, enable minus maintenance. I would not have to do that because I have only one, so it's stupid. So if I do maintenance mode, and I say equal true. I'm not going to run it just to show you that. And after I do false if I want to put it in back in normal mode. Okay. So now I'm going to connect to Prism. So this is the address. First of all, you must change the password. So let's change it here. I'm going to put a more sophisticated password. Let me just save that. EHV. I'm going to go in password generator. And and accept it. Well, maybe I will do something else because otherwise, if I too complicate the password and I connect with PuTTY, it will be a nightmare. So let's try this one. Okay, so I'm just going to type it here. So admin and the password. Let me just do a pause. I just changed the password now. Okay, and he asked me to retype it. Okay. Now maybe this password is not complicated enough. Maybe. Let me see. Oh yeah, because okay. So let me change it and do a generator. I'm gonna select another one. So this is in English, in French, sorry, but you know it's in English the same thing. So maybe let's take this one. Okay, I don't know if it's good. I will try to do it and put it here. Okay, so now it's better. So let me connect with my password. Just to show you the password is this one. And okay, and that's it. And I will okay, and after please enter your next account information. Okay, so let me do it now. So first time you access, you must select your My Nutanix. So I will select My Nutanix. So remember that you create this one to access Nutanix and also to download the Community Edition. You must have a name server for that. Okay, so just for your information, at the beginning I didn't have any servers, so I had to add my server here. Okay, and I do a ping Google, for example, to see if it's working. And now it's okay, I think so. So let's do that now. Let's see if it's working. I do save, and that's it. Pulse is very important. Okay, for that. So I'm going to put it in here. Okay, default password. Okay, remember. And here we have some CPU usage. We have the control. Nothing here because I'm not working. Cluster memory usage. And the CPU usage. Okay, so so memory, I have a like 80%, so it's a lot because I didn't put a lot of memory. I will change that. I don't have any Prism Central, okay, and this is the total capacity of my storage. VM summary, hardware summary, so I have all here, okay. Here you have all your menu, health, VM, storage, network, hardware, file saver, data protection, and alert, task, LCM, and setting. So that's good. And here you have some health check, and here you have some problem, with the password. So it's not very important. And of course, I will have to give a name to my cluster. Okay, this is very important. So, but for the meantime, here I have everything. Here you have the all these settings. So we'll see what is all this setting. for example, here my name server. Okay, this is my name server. My network configuration. Okay, I don't have any subnet. My network switch, I don't have any switch. My NTP server. So I need to add one. Okay, so for example, I can add my 128.168.1 and 100. This is good. And my SNDP, my file system whitelist, and my alert, my witness SMTP. This is something very important. Okay, so I have my email content and my setting, but we're gonna stop that because now we give a name to my cluster. So see you in the next lecture. Ciao.